All right, I'm back. Looks like we're going to... Holy moly, Brian Neff is on the pole? PowerTech 80. Let's see. Yep.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Oh, you do it. You do a real good job at that.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dover International Speedway. We're here today for the PowerTech Solutions 80 lap race, the PowerTech 80 here at Dover. The cars are on the grid and Rick Lawdog is in the booth with me and we're going to give you the rundown. Rick, pick it up at the top.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Wayne, awesome track we are here at today. Brian Neff on the pole this evening with a 23.080. Amazing. Brian Neff on the pole. On the outside, we've got the number 4, Kevin Graham. Starting third, the number 18 of Tyler Laughlin. And starting fourth, the number 86, William Roberts.
Starting fifth, Chad Simpson. In sixth place, Eric De La Riva. In seventh, Mitch Lennon. Eighth, Rodney Kramer. Ninth, Philip Willis. And 10th, Brian Lambert.
Starting 11th, number 76, Brian Spadell. Starting 12th, number 21, Matt Hoos, the Hoosinator. Starting 13th, the number 10, David Washington. Starting 14th, the number 12, Jade Williams. And starting 15th, the number 24, Chad Osborne.
And in 16th, the number 44, Marcus Miller. 17th, 05 of James Gagne. 18th, the 14 of James Ross. That's our sponsor's car, PowerTech Solutions. Starting 19th, Ronald Henry in the 75. And Chris Jagordis in the 90 is starting 20th.
Starting 21st, the number 62, Michael D'Amico. Starting 22nd, the number 7, Rick Moore. Starting 23rd, the 06, Steve Hansen. Starting 24th, the 92, Brian Terry. And to finish out the top 25, number 98, Bobby Robinson.
Well, this is a fast little 1 mile racetrack. It's high banked. The straightaways are even banked. And not a lot of braking going on, but probably going to be some pushing and shoving and gouging to get down to the bottom, Rick.
Definitely going to see some pushing and shoving. I tell you, the pace car is off the track. Neff up on the board there, the number 1 car. I tell you what, watch for him today. He has been pretty strong here. Green flag is out. Neff out front. Oh, we got
car
an accident
in the wall
right
already. The 86. The 86 is in the wall. He must have had it in the wrong gear.
Yep. You know, and I just saw some messages a while ago. It said, guys, be careful on the start, going from second gear to third gear. So that's not good. Not even got a lap in yet, and we've already dropped the clutch too hard and spun the tires on the get-go.
Our director's got the replay up. Let's see if we can take a look and see. But I'm pretty sure the 86 just turned sideways into that outside wall.
Man, tell you what, took out some good competitors there, and I know that they're not happy right now.
It took out the 72, the 42. So the 86 that got in the gas too hard, got in that outside wall and slid down into the 42, got the 74, and the 21 behind there got into the outside wall pretty hard. And the one's involved, so quite a few cars got some sheet metal damage.
Well, I tell you what, I saw David Washington there got involved as well right now. He's on the leaderboard with 213 points. And right in behind him and Wayne, I got to tell you this, Eric Dallariva. Dallariva is his whole last name, so he let me know that a little earlier. And he's in second place right now, trailing about 25 points behind David. Third place in points, Brad Spidell with 29 points behind the leader. Fourth is Brian Lambert, 39 points behind the leader. And to round out the top 5 there, Rodney Kramer sitting in 5th in the points, 42 points behind the leader.
Points race is pretty tight, and last week the 75 car had a couple of incidences there. That's Ronald Henry, and he may have gotten a little bit of damage in that wreck on lap 1 tonight.
Yes, absolutely, and seeing some other talk going on down there. It looks like Tyler Laughlin may be out of the race as well. They may have took a couple other guys out. Taking a look here. Warning, second gear to third gear is crazy. That's one of the things that was said before the race started. So, this track here is definitely a very tough track to drive and get started on, Wayne.
Yeah, it is. It's the high banking, and the tires are cold, and the temperature here today is 78 degrees with a slight wind out of the north at 2 miles per hour. So they really need to get some heat built up in these tires before they get a good grip.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Brian Neff is leading the first 4 laps here. So it looks like that 51 of Brian Lambert, he's on up there in the top 4. Washington there in 5th spot, but let's try to see if we can get a camera shot on Washington's car, the number 10 car, to see if he got any damage on that.
Everybody was checking up pretty hard, so it's quite possible that anybody in the top 15 or so has got some damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, tough break for those guys running up front up there with the tire spin. But, we're still early in the race. We got 80 laps to go here, Wayne, and I think we're going to see an exciting race.
Yeah, one of the neat things about the Dover track here is coming out of turn 4 is that pedestrian bridge that goes over the speedway, Rick. There's chairs up there. You could actually buy a ticket and sit in that thing and have the cars roar under you all day long.
Right. Well, looking there at screenshot, Washington driving that number 10 car. Looks like he's got some damage on the right rear of that car, but I don't think that's going to affect him, Wayne.
No, aerodynamics isn't a big thing here. You just don't want to get it pushed up and get a tire rub or something, but I think Dave will be okay.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, it looks like now, since the shuffle has been given, and it looks like the pace, it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Going to have Brian Neff starting up front. On the outside of him, Kevin Graham driving that number 4, I believe that's Break It Down design car there. Number 18 of Tyler Laughlin starting 3rd. Starting 4th, Brian Lambert, and starting 5th, David Washington.
And
Is your video lagging?
pace car is going to be pulling in when they come out of turn 4 here. They're going down the backstretch now. And let's hope this restarts fairly uneventful.
Absolutely, and these guys just really need to remember that just take their time a little bit here and just get a good start. Let these cars kind of wind out, and then we can get some good racing. Pace car off the track. Brian Neff gets a jump on them real quick. As soon as that pace car cuts off, green flag as we've got.
Yeah, the drivers tell you here it's like being on a roller coaster. You come from that big bank and you dive down to the bottom, and then it shoots you right back up into turn 3 and 4. So they go up and down in elevation 4 times every lap here. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Tell you what, Brian, looks like we've got Kevin Graham and Tyler Laughlin going at it side by side there on the front stretch. But Brian Neff out front with a big lead of almost a second in front of the second place guy.
And Dave Washington is, I think, running 5th. He's up at the 4th now, and the car seems to be handling okay, so there's no apparent damage.
Laughlin has fell back now about 4 car lengths behind Kevin Graham. Kevin Graham still holding his ground there. Washington still trying to make his way through, but Brian Lambert's right on the heels of Washington as they're coming out of turn 2 on the backstretch.
Yep, the cars are running, about a half a car length to a car length up, and they come off that turn right back up against the wall on the front stretch and dive back down to the middle to middle bottom in the corners and get that grip to drive up off back down the backstretch.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne, I'm watching the number 12 of Jade Williams right now. Hopefully he has a good race. And I tell you, the last few races he's been in, every time something happens out on the track, he's right there in the middle of everything that just breaks loose. But hopefully he'll have a good race here today. We got a new leader there. Brian Neff's been passed by the 4 car, came out of the corner and just drove right around him. Wow, I tell you what, they caught him pretty fast. Laughlin looking at Neff underneath. Oh, maybe just gives him a little bit of tap. Coming out of 2, falls in behind him on the backstretch, looking at the inside as they go into turn 3.
Yeah, Kevin Graham's pulled away by about 10 car lengths. The 18 has passed our pole sitter. So Tyler Laughlin's now in 2nd position. Brian Neff's back to 3rd.
2nd position he is, and now he's trying to chase down that leader, Kevin Graham, driving the number 4 machine, opening up that lead. Laughlin not letting him get away too quick. Laughlin on his way to try to catch Graham.
Yeah, once Kevin got around, he's pulled out to about a half a second lead, and it looks like the 60 might have just scraped the wall there a little bit.
Right, Washington still running in 4th spot. Brian Lambert running right there with Washington back there and back behind those guys. We got 6th and 7th place. Chad Osborne driving the 24 machine, and the number 12, Jade Williams, following right in behind Chad there.
And back in 8th, we got Marcus Miller. 9th is Ronald Henry. And in 10th, James Ross in that 14.
Tell you what, 75 there. I'm going to keep my eye on him today. Now, their last couple races he's had some bad, had a couple bad accidents. Been pretty good as far as hadn't got hurt out there in that car. I'll tell you, the last race we had last week, he crumbled the wall pretty hard and hit that inside wall pretty hard. Here at Richmond there, Wayne.
Yeah, and Ronald just went around the 44 for position, so he's up into 8th place now, and he is on the move.
Taking a look back here, back toward the back in 12th spot, the number 21, Matt Hoos, driving that Motorcraft Ford car there, trying to catch Eric Dallariva. I hope I said that right. I said it about 5 times before I came in here, and I was okay, and now it seems like it wants to stump me again.
Yeah, that 21 Ford is on the move. Whoa, he goes below the, looks like the 63, and they got in the wall a little bit.
He
the
is
44.
Yes, he is making way. Matt Hoos is making way there. He looks like he is finally found the rhythm there and getting some good laps in right now. Got a wreck in turn 2.
Now 44 hit the wall. Was that him that spun again?
I believe that's going to be the 62 of Michael D'Amico, it looks like. Looks like he came out of the turn there. Car just got upset on the straightaway. Got it a little bit fishtailed. Go back over here to the replay. See if our producer can get that on the replay there.
The 06 was involved, and he's gone to pit road. He's in the pits now, Rick.
All right, is that going to be the 6 car? You say that's going to be Rodney Kramer, or is that the 06?
The 06, the 06.
That's going to be Steve Hansen there getting into the pits. Yeah, Steve Hansen's going to be over there. And, I tell you, right now I'm not showing him to be anywhere. But looking at the replay there, Michael D'Amico got sideways and just comes up and smacks that wall pretty hard up on that outside wall there.
The 44 had got loose in front of him. And then Michael tried to take a little evasive action. And then you can't make quick moves on the steering wheel. The 44 gets in the wall. Then D'Amico tries to make a correction, and he hits, and he gets hit from the backside.
Wow. All right, it looks like right now the number 10 is, I'm showing David Washington is going to be starting out in the lead in this thing. Kevin Graham is getting in the pits. Tyler Laughlin is in the pits. Maybe Washington didn't go in the pits on this one, Wayne.
And Chris Jagordis is in the pits to get tires and Sunoco fuel as well. But, Miles the Monster, as this is called, the Monster Mile, it loves to eat cars, Rick.
I tell you, I went down to Dover and took a look at that thing, and it is just humongous. If you ever get a chance to go to Dover, folks, you got to go down and see Miles the Monster. It's just awesome. But I want to give a shout out over here to our Noble TV guys. Dylan Lambert, always here rooting for his dad, Brian, in the 51, and it looks like right now he's in 6th place. Tim Wooliver, I hope I said that correct. It's always good to see you here as well, Tim.
Yeah, the Dover Trophy is one of the more coveted trophies. A replica of that giant statue out front, and he holds the winner's car. They actually make all the cars of the drivers, and you get the gigantic trophy with Miles holding your car as a winner.
Ah, that's awesome. All right, just take a look at those cameras, folks. Our producer, Laura Lawson at LSR TV, does an awesome job always. And I tell you, for next season, we're going to have some different things and some different views coming at you for next season. Also, NobullMotorsport is opening up a total of 5 series across the board with our Cup Series, Nationwide Series, Truck Series, Late Model Series, and Modified Series. So, lots of racing going on over at NobullMotorsport.com.
You know, Speed TV is going to be changing in the middle of next summer, so to meet set urge and taste for racing, you find it right here.
That's right, and I tell you what, speaking of right here, tomorrow night at 8:30, you're going to see an all-star race. We're going to take the top 10 guys at NobullMotorsport.com, and Wayne, I'm going to let you tell the rest of it.
The top 10 in points from the Old Farts Racing League is challenging the Young Bucks.
That's
fast.
right. Here at Nobull TV, you can see it live brought to you. And it's going to be an awesome race. Right now, Wayne, it looks like we're going to take our top 10 guys, your top 10 guys. We're going to put them in a room, but I think we've got a reserve of 12 and 12. So if all 12 show up on both sides, we're going to let all 12 run. So we may end up having 24 running.
That's going to be an awesome race. Our all-star is L.G. Whaley, and he's 75 years old. He's fast.
And tell you what, folks, here's the exciting part. Get over here and get watching this. You're going to see Wayne Finley himself wheel a truck around the track. Pace lights are off, the pace car.
Pace car is in, and we're going green with Mr. Washington on the pole on the restart.
That's right. Washington up front gets the green. Laughlin right in behind him, and it looks like Cade Williams on up there, the top three.
Kevin Graham's in fourth, Brian Neff fifth, and Brian Lambert in sixth place.
Got a good start there on that restart. Cars kind of following in behind. Laughlin challenging Washington on the bumper there, coming out of turn 3, looking at the inside, trying to break it wide, too wide there on the straightaway, but not able to get up beside him. Oh, and he gets underneath him there, Wayne.
Hey, the 86 just spun down into the entrance of pit road.
Oh, man.
It's a hard lick.
No caution.
No, William Roberts came out of the turn and spun right into the entrance in that 86.
Wow.
He was involved in that earlier race, and apparently they didn't get it fixed.
Got a race on the got a wreck on the front stretch. Looks like Brian Neff smacked the wall on the front stretch and hit that inside wall hard. Oh man, we got a couple more cars.
Oh, the 60
involved.
and the 1. Oh man.
I tell you what, Philip Willis has had a tough season, and I tell you what, I think it's going to be a totaled car for Brian Neff there. I think he's going to be out for this race.
Yeah, the car's crabbing down the apron, the front end smashed up, got a lot of smoke coming from that engine, Brian. You're right, he may be done.
Wow. Yeah, we're looking at the replay there. He comes out of turn 4 there. Looks like the car wants to slide up with him, smacks the wall, hits the inside wall, gets it spun around. Look at that slow-mo coming right at you.
Read that Goodyear double eagle on those tires. Oh, he got hit by the Alberto car and flies up in the air. 51.
Yep, it's going to be Brian Lambert, the 51. I know Dylan over there is not happy to see that. Dad just got taken out of the race there.
Yeah, that was a hard lick. Let's watch on board from the Alberto car.
Wow.
On board with Brian Lambert. Oh, what a lick.
Oh,
that hurt.
Man.
Take me to the infield care center just after watching it.
Brian Lambert was having a good race there too, running up there. I believe he's running almost in the top 5 there.
The 60 car is still struggling around the apron, just trying to get back to the pits. Car won't turn. He's at pit entrance now. I was going to say don't get a speeding ticket, but at this point probably doesn't matter.
That's right. Tell you what, see if we can get in touch with Tyler Laughlin down there. Tyler, have you got a copy of Law Dog from the booth?
Yes, I do.
Tyler, it looks like your car is running pretty fast out there. Now you got Kevin Graham running right there, right behind you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Kevin's a clean racer, and it was really fun trying to get by Dave for the lead there. He held me tight going into turn 1. It kind of scared me. I thought I was going to take us both out.
Fantastic. Now you think you're going to be able to put this thing in victory lane today?
I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to save my tires here and see if I can pull away from Kevin, but I know he's going to be tough to beat.
All right, Tyler. Well, I tell you what, we wish you the best of luck out there.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, that's Tyler Laughlin there running in the lead. But Wayne, try to get Matt Hoos in here. He has come from the back, and I tell you what, he is making way right now, running fifth. Matt Hoos, this is Law Dog and Wayne Finley up in the booth. Have you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Matt, how are you? You started 12th, and you're running up in 5th position. Looks like you've managed to miss some of the carnage out there so far.
Well, I got a little bit involved in the first one. I know we started 12th, found ourselves back to 16th, and got back up here, so been some good racing, surprisingly.
Yeah, it has been. There's several cars that are way up in the points with some damage, so maybe you can make a move up in points after this race.
I'm sure hoping so. Be nice to have a good finish today.
How's the grip on the track? Is it pretty good, or it seems to be loose off?
Yeah, you gotta be really careful coming off. Really play with the throttle a little bit. Otherwise, you'll be looking at the inside wall really fast.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us an update, and good luck during the rest of the race.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Hey, Matt Hoos, they call him the Hoosinator. Wayne, tell you, he's just a really good racer. He does get a little. He just gets really aggravated sometimes. He can't get these cars sometimes to do what he needs them to do. But ever since the beginning of the season, I've seen him go from somewhere toward the back and moving up toward the middle. And now we're halfway through the season. I think he's finally figured out the rhythm here. And now he's starting to run on up there in the top fives in Cup Series.
Dave Washington's back on pit road, Rick. He came in and just took fuel. He didn't take any tires. He just filled up that gas with Sunoco fuel and got back out there.
Well, I tell you what, let's see if we can grab a hold of his crew chief, Steve Conway, and see if we can get some talking with him and see what's going on out there. Steve, this is Law Dog and Wayne Finley up in the booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your driver out there looks like he's making a couple laps. What's going on with the car?
We're just trying to keep the driver calm. We don't want a repeat of last week. We're just trying to ride in the back and play it by ear, and hopefully we'll be up near the front near the end of this thing.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, the pace car is off the track. Lights are off. Laughlin jumps out there, grabs a hold of that green flag, and he's done jumped up there of about, good gracious, about 6 car lengths. Good start for him.
I think he caught him napping, and believe it or not, the 60 car of Brian Neff is back out on the track. That thing's got tape all over it, but they beat it back into shape, and he's back on the track, Rick.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, back to Steve over here. Steve, now, have you guys got this car dialed in? Is he running into any problems, or is everything running good?
Everything seems to be fine right now. I'm just trying to keep him so he doesn't burn the tires up, and trying to keep him out of these wrecks, and hopefully we'll have a top 10, maybe a top 5 out of this thing by the end of the night.
Good deal. Well, we wish you and your driver out there the best of luck. Hopefully we'll see you guys over in Victory Lane.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, Tyler has pulled out to a 7/10 lead over Kevin Graham in the 4 car, running second. Chad Osborne's a second and a half back, and Chad Simpson in 4th, almost 2 seconds back, Rick.
I tell you, them guys are really running pretty strong right now, but it don't take long to burn the tires up at this track. And Chad Osborne on the move up in 3rd spot right now. Now, he's had a few good races, just fell a little shy and ran out of laps to really clinch maybe a top 5 there. I believe 2 weeks ago at, I want to say it was, wasn't at Phoenix, but it may have been at Kentucky. He pulled off a top 5 and raced Brad Spidell down the backstretch into turn 3 and finally secured that top 5 finish. So looking to see him with a top 3 finish here today. That's Chad Osborne.
Yeah, I think everybody's settling down. It's like the Alberto car is coming back out onto the speedway after being behind the wall for a few minutes, getting some repairs. But the 51 car is back out on the track, Rick.
Well, I tell you what, I know Dylan Lambert is great, jumping up and down, and to see Dad back out there on the track collecting points. Not quite sure, don't have it in front of me where he's at in points right now, but he's definitely still a competitor in points.
Well, right now, he's in 21st position after that accident.
Well, take a look back up here at Kevin Graham. Kevin Graham doesn't look like he's making any leadway on Tyler Laughlin, but, you know, Kevin Graham's a smart driver, and he knows how to wheel this car around here without burning these tires up, so he may be just taking it easy right now.
Yeah, the leader just took lap 36. His last lap was a 23.704.
Wow. Chad Simpson running third, kind of running by himself. Matt Hoos is stuck right there behind Chad Osborne. Those two work together, but Eric Dallariva is running right there with those guys, so if they hook up, they can make leadway up here on first, second, third place.
Matt Hoos is on the move in that 21. He just turned a lap in traffic. It was a 24.1, but he's pulling away from 5th place.
Definitely. He has got a very fast machine out there today, and, you know, he seemed pretty relaxed on the radio, and, you know, it's almost like he knows something that we don't, so looking to see him have a good top finish here today.
And like you mentioned, tire wear. Tire management is going to be important if we get a long green flag run.
That's
those
right.
guys up front burning them up are going to be slowing down, and then the guys that are managing those tires are going to catch back up to them.
Absolutely. And taking a look back here at the number 6 car, running 13th right now, James Ross, Rodney Creamer, Jade Williams, got a heck of a race going on right now between those three that kind of broke it up a little bit. Kind of interesting to see Brad Spidell running back here in 14th spot. He may have got into that accident at the very beginning of this race. That may be a reason why he's sitting back there.
Yeah, Chad Simpson's running in third. His last lap was a 23.9, and he's just pacing himself and keeping that gap. Kind of stay out of trouble if you're not racing anybody real close.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, we just passed, we just went lap 40, so we're halfway there. Tyler Laughlin still in the lead. Got about a second in front of Kevin Graham, so he's inching his way little by little, and he's getting on out there. But Graham, we know how Graham is. Graham is just sitting back and watching right now, and he's racing, trying to be careful with the tires, not heat them up, and it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out when we get to about lap 70.
Yeah, Philip Willis is back in that 1 car. He's running in 8th position now, right behind the 5 of James Gagne. So got a good race going on there.
Absolutely, and Eric Dallariva and Matt Hoos. Looks like Matt has pulled away from Eric Dallariva, and it looks like Chad Osborne may have lost some position there too. It looks like Eric may have passed him. Eric running 5th right now, and Chad running 6th. I believe a little earlier ago, a few laps back, Chad was right there running right behind Matt Hoos. So maybe some trouble there for Chad Osborne.
Tell you what, hat's got to go off to these pit crew guys on pit road. A lot of these cars had heavy sheet metal damage, and several of them are back out there running and gaining those valuable points.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, all of this is brought to you by PowerTech Power Solutions. You know, those guys are in the business of fixing these generators and so forth. James Ross, driving the number 14, owns PowerTech Power Solutions. I know he's been a very busy fella. I think he's been doing a lot of work laying up toward New York and so forth, and helping with the Hurricane Sandy that had came through. But you know, these guys not only do service there, but Westchester and Putnam counties of New York, and also Fairfield, Connecticut. They do commercial, residential, marine, and mobile, and it's alternative energy systems. So big special thanks out there to James Ross for PowerTech Power Solution Cup Series.
And Rick, you can reach them at 914-447-5637, or shoot them an email at powertechsolutions@yahoo.com.
Absolutely. Taking a look back out here again, running fourth at 21 of Matt Hoos. Looks like he's getting very good entrance and exits. The car's running like a sewing machine right now, Wayne.
Just looking back through the field, I hope that the guys on that 44 car, Marcus Miller, have got some sheet metal, because he's about worn out that right side. He got into the wall again, Rick.
He may be pushing a little bit there. I noticed that when he goes in the corners, he goes in there deep, and that car just slides right on up there toward the outside, and then he gets his traction back again when he's going back in, coming out of the corner. But he's definitely got some sheet metal issues there, I believe, Wayne.
Well, Kevin Graham's got company. If you look out there, guys, that 42 car has caught the 4, and he's got a spin on the racetrack. The 86 just spun, Rick.
86 just spun, the 86. That's going to be William Roberts. I tell you, man, he's just he's had a tough day here today. William Roberts has. Looks like he's got some toe in there. See if we can find a replay of what took place.
Yeah, Brian Lambert got behind him and just punted him.
Man, what in the world is going on? I tell you, it looks like, okay, I see what happened. It looks like the 75 of Ronald, I believe it's going to be Ronald Henry, bounced off the wall there, and Roberts tried to do what he could to keep from running into Henry. Brian Lambert just tried to get on the brakes in time, but wasn't able to, and sent him flying. Good gracious.
Yeah, he hit him pretty hard in the back, and, you know, Brian had damage in that earlier wreck. I hope he didn't mess up that opening on the radiator. Yeah,
it looks like he's definitely got some heavy damage on the front end there. There was nowhere for Brian Lambert to go to. Tough break for those guys.
And that's the second spin we've had today that didn't bring out the caution. The 86 spun on the pit road earlier, and that time he spun down on the apron and the yellow didn't come out.
Well, I tell you what, looking back up here at the front, Laughlin just got past a bunch of the lap cars. Graham and Simpson are right there in the middle of the lap cars coming out of turn 3 on the front stretch there. Looking pretty good. The Alberto car seems to be running pretty good. I know he's got heavy damage to that front there, but I guess he better keep his eyes on that temperature.
Yeah, Eric Delariva's running in 4th place now. He's a little bit off the pace. He ran a 24.267 that last lap.
Delariva doing pretty good as far as his performance since the beginning of this season. You know, when we've had that first race, I believe it was at Phoenix, just went straight through the grass and just took out about 3 cars. I thought, oh man, what in the world have we got going on here, Wayne? But I tell you, that young man has really showed himself as being a true leader out here, and has had some really good races.
We got some green flag pit stops. The 5 of Mitch Lennon's on pit road, and probably going to see some other cars coming in to get some gas and tires here pretty soon. That last caution, everybody didn't pit.
Taking a look right now at Mitch Lennon, looks like he took right side tires, taking left side tires. He's the first car. It's a lap down right now. This pit may end up putting him 2 laps down, and if so, yep, it just switched over. Rick Moore is shown to be the first car a lap down. Marcus Miller being the second car, and Mitch Lennon being the third car a lap down.
And Chris Chagordis in the 90 car also came in, took 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco racing fuel. We should be looking for our leaders pretty soon if they're in that pit window.
Absolutely. We're getting ready to come down to lap 60, which means we're going to have about 20 laps left after these 3 laps here. It's going to get real interesting. And I know Laughlin has got to be needing some tires. Looks like Laughlin is in the pit. He is coming down pit road, Wayne.
Yeah, the 18 of Tyler Laughlin is coming down pit road at 35 miles an hour as the speed here. You don't want to get a speeding ticket coming in. They cost you 15 seconds delay before they let you leave. But he is on pit road now.
He is, and I'm going to keep my eye on him, Wayne, and I'll let you know here in just a second how many tires he took.
All right, very good, Rick. The 86 is still in the pits doing some work there on that car. He was involved in that earlier wreck.
Oh, Laughlin just missed his pit, had to stop and back it up. That's going to cost him a few seconds there. Definitely looks like he just took fuel. He may have took right tires, 2 right side tires and some fuel, and he's out.
I probably was going to get 4, but our leader just now, the 42's on pit road, Chad Simpson.
That's right. Chad Simpson just came in. Yep.
You watch him, and I'll check the rest of the field.
All right, I'll be keeping my eyes on Chad Simpson coming down pit road right now. Looking good on his entrance there.
Our new leader's Matt Hoos in the 21. He's back up front right now, Rick.
I'm sure he is grinning from ear to ear right now, leading these laps. But I tell you, he knows he's going to have to take a pit, though.
He's pitting now. He's on pit road. The 21 is on pit road, too.
21 on pit road, and it looks like Chad Simpson took right side tires, and that was it. Splash of gas, and he's back on the track.
Well, guess who the leader is now? Dave Washington in that 10. Everybody's getting a chance to get a point leading this race, and they need those points.
Not quite sure what's going on with Matt Hoos. He could be out of gas, Wayne. He is inching his way down pit road right now. Not sure if he's out of gas. He could very well be out of gas.
Dave Washington is on pit road as well. Will he be a good guy pushing? Yep, 21's out of gas. You are exactly right.
Oh, man.
Dave Washington just passed him with a big smile on his face.
Wow, I'm still watching Matt Hoos here inch his way down, and man, that's just so costly. So costly.
7 miles an hour, Rick. 7
Wow.
miles an hour.
Man, I wonder who done the adding and subtracting on the fuel mileage there. Oh gosh, tough break for Matt Hoos. That's definitely going to put him down. It's showing right now he's already 2 laps down, Wayne.
Rodney Kramer in the 6th, running second currently. He's on pit road, Rick.
Rodney Kramer, but Matt Hoos is taking 4 tires and splash of gas, and he's getting back. Well, let's see here.
Car may not fire when you run these things out of gas. Sometimes they don't want to start.
Matt Hoos has actually jumped out of the car, and he is walking away, Wayne.
Oh, he's probably really disgusted with whoever was running the numbers on that fuel stop.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's go back. Let's look at our leader here. James Ross, the PowerTech Power Solution, is leading the race here at Dover International Speedway.
I think he pitted on that last stop. The 7 car is in the pits now, Rick Moore, and he was in second when he came in.
Wow. 15 laps to go. James Ross in the lead. Looks like he's getting himself set up to come into the pits.
Yep, he's pitting right now. He's down the apron. Whoa, got to slow it down. Barely got down. 38 miles an hour crossing that stripe.
Wow,
he got between the 2 timing lines to get the speed down to average less than 35.
Well, I tell you what, looking at the leaderboard, it's going to put Tyler Laughlin back into the lead now. Kevin Graham going to be running second place. Chad Simpson third. And I believe that looks like, well, I was going to say that's Neff, but Neff is a lap down. Actually, Neff is 3 laps down. So it looks like Philip Willis is going to be running fourth.
Looks like James Ross did not take tires. He just took gas and go.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, right here at lap 70, I told you, when we come up to lap 70, things were going to start getting interesting, Wayne.
Yes, it has. And not taking tires is going to be a little slippery, so he's going to have to really have good throttle control coming out of those corners. And Brian Lambert's in the pits as well.
Kevin Graham trying to make some leadway and trying to catch Tyler Laughlin. He's 0.8 tenths of a second behind the leader. If he can get some help from Chad Simpson there, these guys can get together and see some action there up front. But tell you what, looking on back behind Chad Simpson, Philip Willis is just coming out of on the back stretch with Mitch Lennon in behind him and Eric Dallariva running 6th place right now.
Hey, our leader, Tyler Laughlin, last lap got out too close to that wall and scrubbed a little of that paint off the 18. So he's last lap was 24.090. So he's running good laps. 10 to go this time by.
10 to go. And speaking of 10, look at the number 10, David Washington, running 7th right now. He's just had a somewhat of a tough day, but he's actually made a tough day and still pulling out in the top 10 right now. So not too bad considering the early start of the race there. It got a little bit of damage, but looks like he's running pretty strong out there.
Yeah, we've only got 9 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is James Gagne running 9th. He's 21.8 seconds back. He's in danger going a lap down before this one's over.
Yeah, I tell you, Wayne, this is just such a tough track. You're either really fast here or you're not. And it's a fun track whether you're fast or not, but that's the way it plays out. You're either fast or you're not here at this track.
Well, Kevin Graham's running in 2nd, but right behind him is Chad Simpson in that 42, and he's not letting Chad get away.
Yeah, Chad's going to be right there at him, but I tell you, it looks like Graham is catching Laughlin.
He is at gaps down to 4/10, and he is coming.
He is coming, and I tell you what, Chad Simpson, he's coming right there with him. We're going to see one heck of a battle here within 5 laps remaining here at Dover International Speedway.
And the PowerTech Solutions 80 lapper here, and right now the battle's down between those 3, Tyler, Kevin, and Chad. 4th place is some 13 seconds back.
Well, I think what's going to happen is that the race is going to boil down to these top 3. Philip Willis is probably not going to be a contender, but I believe he may be safe with that fourth place there. Him and Mitch Lennon battling for that, but back up front, Laughlin, Graham, Simpson, they're getting lined up within 10ths. Kevin Graham is closing in 0.2 of a second, Wayne.
Yeah, and they passed the 44, and guess what? He hit the wall again.
44 hit the wall again.
I think that the leader went by him so fast, Tyler just sucked him up when he went by him.
I tell you what, looking at Kevin Graham, he keeps inching his way up there in the back door of Tyler Laughlin. Now, you know, these are some very good competitors here, and it's not going to take but just a little bit to tag each other and get these cars upset. So Philip Willis could be exactly where he needs to be sitting.
That leads down to .177, and he's closing with 3 laps to go, Rick.
.177 closing in there on the backstretch, going into turn 3. Graham now on the bumper of Laughlin. Simpson sitting back 2 car lengths behind, watching.
Yeah, there's not a lot he can do except hope that these 2 get together and he can scoot under them, but it's coming down. Should be coming to the white flag next time by the stripe.
Looks like Graham really catches Laughlin coming out of turn 2 there and on the back straightaway, but Laughlin seems to be a little stronger coming out of going into turn 3 and coming out of turn 4. So it's going to definitely be, it's going to go all the way down to the flag on this one.
White flag's in the air.
White flag, Graham's right on the tail end of Laughlin, but looks like he backed out a little bit, about 1 car length behind. Laughlin's still in the lead. Graham as they go into turn 3.
Oh, he got right to his bumper and touched him that time in the turn.
Right, Laughlin comes around turn 4. Looks like he's going to finish first here at Dover International Speedway. And Kevin Graham got a little sideways as he come across there, clinching that 2nd place spot. 3rd going to Chad Simpson. 4th place, the number 1 of Philip Willis. 5th place, number 5, Mitch Lennon.
We got a replay here of that finish. Kevin Graham he was trying as hard as you could go and finished 2nd, and crew is going to have to do a little work on that car before next week.
Good race there to the end. What we have? How many cautions do we have there, Wayne?
I think we had, I'm not sure, was it like, I think 3 or 4 cautions, and we're trying to get those stats up right now, Rick.
Fantastic. Tyler Laughlin with the win here at Dover International Speedway.
We had 10 total lead changes today, Rick. 2 cautions for 5 laps of caution. Like I said, 2 incidents that's rare here, that somebody spins on the pit road or on the apron and the yellow doesn't come out, but only 5 laps of cautions in 80 laps.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne, I'm going to try to gather everybody up right quick if you'll let everybody know about NobullMotorsport.
Yes, you've been watching today's broadcast on NobullMotorsport, and our producer-director is Laura Lawson at LSR TV. Today's race, the PowerTech 80, brought to you by PowerTech Power Solutions. Vie for vital circuits in your business or home, commercial, marine, residential, mobile, alternative energy systems, whether it's power generators or solar power. Contact them at 914-447-5637. Shoot them an email with any questions you have at powertechsolutions@yahoo.com.
Absolutely. We appreciate you folks showing up here at Nobull TV. It looks like Hard Luck Hoos is in the house. And tough luck out there, buddy. He had a amazing Ford Motorcraft car, was running good out there. It looks like he ran out of gas in the pits. Looks like it may have had some electrical difficulty with the car. Couldn't get the car fired back up. Seen Matt get out of the car and just walk to the pit. But tough luck for him. But we will see you next week. But I'm going to toss the mic down to Wayne. I believe Wayne is caught up in victory lane with Tyler Laughlin.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Tyler, this is Wayne. Great to meet you here in victory lane. That was quite a race. Seemed you had the field covered pretty much all day today.
I don't know about that. I think Kevin had it right there at the end, and I couldn't go on 2 tires after the pit stop, and Kevin was chasing me down, and he got right up my back bumper, and it felt like I was tighter than ever at that point. But he ran me clean, and that was a great race between us two.
It was. Well, I really expected a lot more cautions. We only had 2 cautions for 5 laps, but 75 laps of green flag racing here, it'll wear you out, won't it?
Oh, no doubt. Definitely with the top setup at Dover, that turn 2 wall looks very, very big whenever you come out of there every single time. And I got into it a couple times, and I know a lot of other people had problems with it, but it was a really good race with a lot of green flag action, something you usually don't see in league races. This league is one of the best I've ever been a part of. So I'd like to thank all the guys for keeping it clean.
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations again on your win. It's Tyler Laughlin, winner of the PowerTech 80.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne, I have caught up with our second place finisher, Kevin Graham. Kevin, excellent race you ran out there. You just didn't have enough to get past Tyler on that last lap, but done a heck of a job catching him. Take us back through those few laps.
Well, before the pit stop there, he was pulling away from me, and then just on 2 tires I found something. I was able to keep the car on the bottom a little bit better than him, and just catch up to him. Just ran out of laps.
Fantastic. I tell you, you were running pretty strong out there. Now, at the beginning of the race, man, it looks like somebody dropped the clutch a little too soon or so forth. Did you get involved in any of that?
Over on the start of the race?
Yeah.
No, I was right behind me, luckily. I spun the tires a little bit also on that start, and was lucky to hold on to it. But it was scary getting up to speed on the restarts and start.
Well, excellent racing here today, and you've done an excellent job, and I know the fans out there enjoy coming and watching you each week. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Yep, got to thank the guys over at Break It Down Designs. Got to thank my wife, Lane. I got to thank the guys over at PowerTech for sponsoring this deal. Got to thank you guys for letting everybody be able to watch us, and everybody over at Nobull.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, congratulations on a second place finish. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, you will.
Absolutely.
User was moved out of your
I
channel.
tell you what, Wayne, an excellent race car driver there. Just a real good guy. I'm going to pass the mic down there to you. I think you've caught up with our third place finisher,
User was moved to
Chad
your
Simpson.
channel.
Hey, Chad, great race. Ended up finishing third today. How'd the race go for you?
That was a very crazy race, I must say. The start, oh my god. I think I was all the way back in the last after the first lap, and persistence, man, you just kept plugging away and picking up spots and getting back up front.
Yeah, you started fifth, but then the 86 was spun there on the start, and then you did get way back in the pack, but you worked your way back up to the lead. And did you make any? Was it a 2 or 4 tire stop on that last stop?
I stopped with 2 tires. I knew that the leaders were going to take 2, and I had to stay up there with them if I wanted any chance at all.
Yeah, you and Kevin were gaining on Tyler the last few laps. You only ended up 3/10 back, and then, of course, Kevin wadded up some sheet metal there crossing the stripe.
And Tyler kind of wore out that right front on that last run, and I caught Kevin. I was hoping I could maybe get a run on him and get around him, but that just didn't happen.
Well, you want to thank your pit crew or your sponsors?
I got to thank Noble, Ricky Dicky Doo, and my boys at FBR Motorsports.
Well, great. Well, great job today. We look forward to seeing you in next week's race. Folks, that's Chad Simpson in the 42 car, finishing third in today's PowerTech 80.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne, excellent racing we saw here today. Just like you said earlier, we had a total of, did you say 2 cautions?
Yeah, 2 cautions for 5 laps.
2 cautions for 5 laps with a field of almost 25 cars out on the track. Awesome competition that we saw. And I tell you what, folks, tomorrow starting at 8:30, the green flag will drop at 8:30 tomorrow night with the All-Star race, NobullMotorsport All-Star race against the Old Farts League. And folks, don't miss out. You're going to see Wayne Finley out on the track and racing out there. Wayne, are you excited?
Yeah, we are. Our motto at Old Farts, we host a lot of races with no cautions, and our motto is we race, we never pace.
Well, fantastic. Well, I tell you what, who knows? Some of these young guys over here may pick up a few things and learn something. And, I just don't believe the old saying that, how does it go? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Who knows? We may see all kinds of different stuff tomorrow night. But tomorrow night, 8:30, live action. But until then, thanks for joining us here at Nobull TV. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you again, LSR TV. Good night.